In a prestigious university lecture hall, an authoritative professor known for his liberal views is delivering a political discussion when he suddenly shifts his focus to Barron Trump, who has been quietly observing the conversation. The professor, with a mocking grin, glances at Barron and says, "It's fascinating how the Trump family always seems to have a special way of presenting themselves. I mean, we've all seen Melania, an immigrant with an accent, trying to pass herself off as First Lady without even grasping the language properly." He chuckles as if to emphasize the absurdity of it, not sure how someone like her could possibly understand the complexities of American politics. The lecture hall falls silent. Students exchange uneasy glances, unsure of how Barron will respond. The professor, sensing the discomfort, presses further. "But I guess when you're just a trophy wife, you don't really need to, do you? A pretty face, a foreign accent, and voila, you're a symbol of American success," the professor sneers, clearly enjoying the discomfort he's caused. Barron, who had been sitting quietly, his arms folded across his chest, now stands up. His expression is calm, but his eyes burn with an intensity that doesn't go unnoticed. The students watch, the tension palpable in the air. "Professor, it's really something," Barron starts, his voice calm but cutting. "How quick you are to judge someone based on their accent, their background, and their appearance. But here's the thing you clearly fail to understand. An accent is just a symbol of someone's journey, not their worth." He steps toward the professor, his words deliberate and strong. "My mother didn't come to this country with a silver spoon in her mouth. She came with a work ethic, intelligence, and a voice that was different from yours. Yet she built something far greater than the narrow views you seem to be stuck in." The professor, momentarily stunned, scoffs and tries to regain control. "Oh, please. Your mother may have worked hard, but she's still just a puppet, supported and propped up by a man who is clearly unqualified to lead. How can anyone take her seriously, let alone respect her?" Barron's eyes narrow as he steps closer, his voice growing colder. "The only thing puppet here, Professor, is you. You speak of respect and intelligence, but all you've shown today is condescension and prejudice. Maybe you don't realize, but your words carry more weight than just an insult to my mother. They're a reflection of how you view anyone who doesn't fit into your little box of what's acceptable." The room is dead silent now. Barron pauses for a moment, letting the weight of his words settle. Then he adds, "And it's fascinating that you, a so-called educator, think it's your place to belittle someone for their background. You, who should be teaching respect and diversity, are too busy showing your own ignorance. I wonder how many students here, with their own accents and stories, feel that they're beneath you because they don't fit your narrow, elitist mold." A murmur runs through the room as Barron's words sink in. The professor, visibly flustered, opens his mouth to argue but finds no words. Barron's stare holds him in place. "You call my mother a trophy wife, but she's far more than you could ever comprehend. She's a powerful woman who has overcome far more than you ever will, and she doesn't need to speak like you to command respect." Barron takes a step back, his voice firm. "But maybe the real lesson here is that it's not the accent or the background that defines someone. It's their character, their actions, and the courage to stand tall in the face of ignorance, something you clearly have yet to grasp." With that, Barron calmly returns to his seat, leaving the professor stunned and the room in shocked silence. The students are visibly impressed, some even nodding in approval. The professor, now defeated, stands awkwardly at the front of the room, unsure of how to continue as the lecture has clearly lost its momentum.